Beyond the barricades, the morning sun cast long shadows across Westridge High as Zion Washington strode through the main entrance, his shoulders back, chin high. The 17-year-old honor student had spent the weekend carefully maintaining his locks, washing, twisting, and oiling each one with the patience his grandmother had taught him. "Your crown," she'd say, "is your connection to your ancestors." The intercom crackled. "Zion Washington to the principal's office." Immediately, Zion's stomach dropped. The hallway fell silent as dozens of eyes turned toward him. He clutched his textbooks tighter against his chest and made his way down the corridor, each footstep echoing against the linoleum. Principal Thornton didn't even look up when Zion entered. "Sit," he commanded, gesturing to the hard plastic chair opposite his desk. "Your hairstyle violates school policy. Section 8, Paragraph 3, no extreme hairstyles." "Sir, these are my natural locks. They're part of my cultural identity." 3-day suspension, effective immediately. Perhaps that will give you time to reconsider your choices. News of Zion's suspension spread through Westridge like wildfire. By afternoon, his phone buzzed continuously with messages of support and outrage. "They can't do this." Zion's best friend, Marcus Taylor, pounded his fist on the kitchen table. 5 of Zion's closest friends had gathered at the Washington home. "It's discrimination, plain and simple." Zion's mother, Layla Washington, a paralegal at Jefferson County Legal Aid, paced the living room. "This isn't just about hair. It's about erasing identity." She paused, her voice cracking. "Not this time. Not my son." Outside, a news van pulled up. Reporter Tanya Rodriguez adjusted her microphone. "We're live at the home of Zion Washington, suspended for wearing his natural hair in locks." Principal Thornton's phone rang off the hook. The school's social media pages flooded with angry comments. By evening, #JusticeForZion trended locally. The next morning, 20 students showed up wearing head wraps in solidarity. Security escorted them off campus. "You're making it worse," cautioned Vice Principal Diaz, cornering Zion at the local coffee shop. "Drop this now, and we'll forget it happened." Zion looked him directly in the eyes. "With all due respect, sir, forgetting is exactly the problem." That night, someone spray-painted "Go Home" on the Washington's garage door. Layla Washington didn't sleep that night. Instead, she pulled out her laptop and began digging through the school district's public records. Dawn broke as she discovered something disturbing. Black students at Westridge received disciplinary actions at nearly 4 times the rate of their white counterparts. "Mom, look at this," Zion said, pointing to an Instagram post from former student Jamal Brooks. Expelled 2 years ago for, quote, insubordination. The post included a photo of Jamal with his own locks. They reached out to Jamal, now attending community college across town. "They targeted me from day one," Jamal explained, sitting across from them at a diner booth. "Said my hair was distracting. When I spoke up, suddenly I had attitude problems." More stories emerged. Darnell Wilson, suspended for wearing a cultural medallion. Tiana Johnson, sent home for her head wrap. Nia Phillips, repeatedly written up for disruptive hairstyle changes. Marcus's cousin worked in the school district's HR department. "You didn't hear this from me," she whispered over the phone, "but Thornton has 3 discrimination complaints in his personnel file. All sealed with confidentiality agreements." Dr. Elaine Foster, the only black teacher at Westridge, risked her job to share documentation with Layla. "The dress code policy was rewritten last summer," she explained, sliding a folder across her desk after hours. "The previous version didn't mention hair at all. Notice who signed off on the changes." The signature belonged to Gregory Winters, school board president and owner of the largest real estate development company in town. "This goes higher than Thornton," Layla realized. Much higher. The Washington's living room transformed into command central. Laptops, documents, and takeout containers covered every surface. Marcus created a private Discord server where students could safely share their experiences. Within days, they collected testimonies from 37 current and former Westridge students. "We need legal backing," Layla said, spreading the evidence across her desk at Jefferson County Legal Aid. Her colleague, attorney Ramon Suarez, whistled low as he reviewed the documents. "This is textbook discrimination," he confirmed. The ACLU would be interested. Meanwhile, Zion and Marcus organized a community meeting at New Hope Baptist Church. The old wooden pews filled quickly. Pastor Wallace opened with a prayer, then handed the microphone to Zion. "My suspension isn't just about me," Zion's voice grew stronger with each word. "It's about every student who's been made to feel their culture doesn't belong." Dr. Elaine Foster stood up. "I can no longer stay silent." Phones recorded as she detailed years of witnessing targeted enforcement. A parent named Keisha Daniels revealed her daughter had straightened her natural hair for years out of fear. "This stops now," declared City Council member Terrence Jackson, rising from the back row. "I've seen enough." Outside, local news crews gathered. Social media amplified their message nationwide. Gregory Winters watched the coverage from his office, phone pressed to his ear. "Handle this," he barked to Principal Thornton. "Whatever it takes." That evening, Zion received an unexpected email. It was from Maya Chen, student body president. "The student council votes 8-1 to support you. We're all in. What's the plan?" The monthly school board meeting was typically a quiet affair, attended by few. Not tonight. The parking lot overflowed. News vans lined the street. Security guards nervously scanned the crowds filing into the auditorium. "Standing room only," Marcus whispered, squeezing Zion's shoulder as they entered. Students, parents, and community members filled every seat. Many wore head wraps or t-shirts emblazoned with #JusticeForZion. Gregory Winters banged his gavel. "This meeting will come to order." His voice, usually commanding, wavered slightly. "We have a full agenda. Point of order." Attorney Suarez stood, commanding attention in his pressed suit. "According to your own bylaws, citizens may request items be added to the agenda. We submitted such a request." He held up a document. "With 53 signatures." Winters's jaw tightened. "Very well. 5 minutes." 5 minutes for each speaker, Suarez corrected, tapping the bylaws. "And we have 12. For the next hour, speakers approached the microphone. Dr. Foster presented the disciplinary data. Parents described their children's experiences. A local barber explained the cultural significance of various hairstyles. Jamal Brooks detailed his expulsion. Maya Chen delivered a petition signed by over half the student body. Zion spoke last. He stood tall, voice steady despite the cameras. "The dress code policy doesn't just prohibit hairstyles. It prohibits identities. It tells black students their culture is unprofessional, unacceptable, unwelcome." He paused, making eye contact with each board member. "History will remember how you respond tonight." Winters glanced at his phone, then abruptly called for a closed session. The board disappeared behind heavy doors. 20 minutes of tense waiting. When they returned, board member Sandra Thompson spoke first. "I move to suspend the current dress code policy pending review by an independent committee including student representatives." "Second," said another member quickly. Winters's knuckles whitened around his gavel. "Those in favor?" Hands rose one by one. Winters remained the lone holdout. "Motion carries, 6-1, he choked out. The room erupted in cheers. Camera flashes popped like lightning. Amid the celebration, Zion noticed Winters slipping out a side door. Already on his phone, the victory was short-lived. 3 days later, Winters filed an injunction to reinstate the dress code, claiming procedural irregularities at the board meeting. The case landed on Judge Camila Rodriguez's docket. National news outlets descended on the courthouse. Hashtag Justice for Zion evolved into hashtag Freedom to Be Me, trending nationwide. Civil rights organizations filed amicus briefs. Celebrities tweeted support. A famous director announced plans for a documentary. Don't let it distract you, Attorney Suarez cautioned as Zion prepared for his deposition. This is about the legal precedent now. The Washington family faced intense scrutiny. Reporters camped outside their home. Online trolls dug through their social media. Threatening letters arrived daily. Worth it, Zion insisted during a CNN interview. Every black student deserves to attend school without being punished for their cultural expression. The courtroom fell silent as Judge Rodriguez entered. For 2 tense weeks, testimonies and cross-examinations unfolded. Expert witnesses explained the historical context of hair discrimination. School officials squirmed under Suarez's relentless questioning. The turning point came when Winters's emails were subpoenaed, revealing communications with real estate investors. Once we improve the school's image, property values will skyrocket. Judge Rodriguez's eyes narrowed. Judge Rodriguez's ruling was unequivocal. The dress code policy demonstrates clear discriminatory intent and impact. She permanently enjoined the school from enforcing hair-based restrictions and ordered cultural sensitivity training for all staff. 6 months later, Zion stood at the podium in his graduation gown, his locks adorned with Kent cloth. As valedictorian, he surveyed the crowd, his mother tearfully filming, Marcus giving a thumbs up, Dr. Foster beaming with pride. Today marks not just our academic achievement, but our part in creating change, Zion declared. Our victory inspired the Crown Act to be adopted statewide, protecting all students from hair discrimination. In the back row sat a freshman named Amara, her natural hair styled proudly. She'd transferred to Westridge specifically because of Zion's case. Gregory Winters had resigned in disgrace. The new school board president, Keisha Daniels, had campaigned on a platform of inclusive education. As Zion moved his tassel from right to left, the cheers erupted. This wasn't the end of the fight for justice, but it was proof that standing up made a difference. The court sees the full picture now, she noted, making the evening news nationwide.